Young Vaughan,
You saying?
what are you saying?
All right. So I'm a videographer at a video production company called Kanin Films. I'm also a content creator, while trying to be, um, and and yeah, photo, video, we do it all.
Let's talk about when since we first met, Vaughan.
Oh, we first met. When did we first meet?
We first met on the Vanessa Maria shoot at Kiss.
What was that, last year, April?
I think so. Yeah.
Last year, April. Oh my God.
Go for it.
So the first time me and Nick actually met was in a coffee shop.
Yeah, it wasn't it.
Yeah, introduced by another creative who I met. And
Shout out Mark, man.
shout out.
That was Mark.
Come on.
Mark Sevilla.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark was like, yeah, you're both from the same side of London. I was like, oh, flip. Sick. So we connected that way. And then one day Nick was like, yo, can I shout you for help with the shoot? It's unpaid, but like, we're from the same sides. I'll drive you there, pay for your food. I was like, that's calm. I'll come along, do what I can. And that's kind of how we started getting to work with each other.
I guess since that point, what would you say was a key moment that kind of helped you to progress in your creative career since the moment we kind of first met?
I think it was that day, to be honest.
Oh, that's very cute.
I think that day was when I first met Nick and I discovered what the office was. And then, like, I just kept coming to the office. Like, I was like, oh, when are you going? I'll come along. I'll come to the office, all this. And then kept creating content together and just vibing out.
I think when we first met, you were doing a bit of like freelance work anyway.
Yes, I was.
But I guess as well, like off camera, you did say like the ideal situation for you would be to be doing content creation full time. Would you say that's still safe to say that is the case?
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah?
I've been working, I've been falling in love with like directing, being on set, camera operator, directing, making ads, all these type of stuff that I do with Canon Films is lit. Like it's fun, and back then I never imagined myself doing that. I wasn't really big into like film or watching film anyways, so I didn't imagine me like, oh, I know what a sound operator is. Like, I want to be that. Like, I never imagined that. So I went into uni doing content creation, thinking, yo, I'm going to be the next content creator. I'm going to be the next whoever's big, iShowSpeed, Mr. Beast. I'm going to be that. Or a Twitch streamer. And just live my life like that. But then I discovered what a camera was. And all these cinematic content creators, such as Paolo.
Shout out Will Paolo.
Shout out Will Paolo, Mr. Woe. I met more lit people, and I'm like, yeah, this life is lit.
It's funny you say that about how you went into uni, studied digital content creation, and your initial idea was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to become a top tier content creator. When I went to uni, it was to study film, and my original plan was to be like, yeah, I'm gonna get into the film industry and make bare films and blah blah blah. But then upon learning other things and dabbling with like other, let's call them like creative industries, creative groups, I started to see the joy in like content creation.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I still have a love for film and a appreciation for film, but I'm seeing the love in like content creation as well. But it's not like going full out in that direction either, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of like similar but opposite situation to what you were in.
Literally, yeah. I think it's like very similar paths, but the opposite way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like I love film, but I don't think right now I'd go full out like let's make a film every day, 6 a.m., 9 p.m., shooting, planning. Nah. It's like the mix of both.
How did you even get into digital content creation? Like what was the kind of influence to pick that as a degree?
So content creation. I used to make YouTube videos just in my bedroom.
Oh yes.
Yeah, especially when COVID came around. It's like right before I went into uni. I made YouTube videos and some of them like started like gaining traction. So I was like, maybe I can make this like a thing. But obviously, like doing YouTube videos by yourself, you're not going to guarantee like a job from that. So I went into uni, still open with like doing film or editing or like sound. And then I went to the digital content creation, and my course leader, she was like, yeah, so all of these skills that you know about YouTube videos, we'll just harvest that and teach you how to apply that to the real world and how to pitch to like clients to make content, all that stuff, to have a sustainable career from it. And I was like, that sounds like a good idea. Like, why not? So it was kind of on the fly, but not at the same time.
I hear that. Well, now that you've kind of, got this amount of real world experience, what would you say is the most challenging part of, doing videography, let's call it, in the real world?
I think it's, honestly, I think 99% of the challenges, 98% of the challenges.
It's working with Kanin Films, they're the worst.
No, is management and speaking to people.
When you say management, what do you mean by that? What kind of management?
Managing your own life, managing your content life, managing your work life, managing your kit, managing your files. There's so many things to manage.
It's true, yeah.
You got so much things to manage. I say that's the hardest bit, because like you got to manage your calendar, your time, the whole thing. To be honest,
I feel like you're in a relatively, experienced position now. You've gained some experience. What advice would you give to maybe those that, especially now you're entering your final year, like say if you're talking to a first year student, what advice would you give them to improve their management that you just spoke about?
Okay, pay for ChatGPT. I'm being so for real. That's kind of the way forward. Time block your time. Learn how to use it too. Don't just pay for it. Learn how to use it. Time block, calendar, all that. You need a calendar. If you don't got a calendar, then you're not doing things right. Calendar's like the basics. You know what I mean? Like you can time block, but you need a calendar. You need to know what's happening, what day.
I agree with that, man. Especially as well that when you start emailing people and making plans with, especially potential clients or meetings, they'll most probably send you like a calendar invite. Being ready for that and knowing that you use your calendar for your everyday life anyway, like Apple Calendar, Google Calendar, whatever it may be, I feel like it will put you ahead of the game. Yeah. What would you say is the most enjoyable thing about doing freelance videography in the real world?
So there are a couple of things. First is, this is what I just love to do. Like, I just love setting up the camera, setting up lights, speaking in front of it. I just love doing all this. Even for this interview, it's not like proper serious, but like I've set up some lights, I've set up this camera. Like, I just love doing this. I'm a bit of a nerd about this type of thing. So to do it as a job is lit.
Where do you get your creative inspiration from?
Where do I get my creative inspiration from? Down. Ooh, it's a mix of a lot of life. I guess that's
same. I hear that.
That's literally the way you can put it. Life, like the things you consume, they're all made by people who experience life. Life happens, you're inspired by it. Music is made by people who's gone through life. Even little stuff like sometimes the sun just hits different that day, and you're like, let me film.
You've ever experienced burnout?
Yeah, I think all the time. I think it happens all the time.
What do you think's triggered that kind of burnout for you?
I think burnout happens when like you have so many things you want to do and you're kind of doing them, but like it feels like nothing's working. The more you keep going, it feels like nothing's working. And then you get to this point where it's like nothing's working. And I think it's a mental barrier. I think many people put themselves in this mental barrier where they're like, damn, I can't do this. Like, it's impossible. I've got so much things happening on. I can't do none of this. And it's like, oh, flip, I can't. You just get tired. You burn out, literally. You burn out.
Do you have any advice for anyone that may go through burnout and like what they could potentially do to avoid it?
I think my advice right now anyways is don't actually avoid burnout. It will come. Just learn how to deal with it. I'll be so for real. Learn how to deal with it. It will, and come back stronger than that. I think some people stress out about avoiding burnout so much that they burn out because of it.
How would you recommend people work with that, or what they do when experiencing burnout?
I think change it up, switch it up. You are burnt out because you're doing this one thing so much and you're trying to perfect it to its finest degree. But switch it up, do something different, play guitar or something. That's still productive creatively.
It's essentially like divert to another creative thing to kind of still tickle that creative impulse.
Yeah.
But not actively going hard in the specific creative field that I guess you're trying to specialize in.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you this. Mr. Beast, when he gets burnt out, and he says he gets it all the time, what he does, he just chats to his girlfriend about his dog, and goes on walks, and then back on it.
When was the last time you experienced burnout, would you say?
Burnout? Content burnout very recently with all the rap stuff. Yeah. I'm like, I can't continue this. I can't continue rapping. So I kind of diverted and I went back to just filming. And now I'm going to upload all of it on the 30-day thing, which is why I'm motivated again, which is why I want to upload every day again, because I've dealt with the burnout and now I'm coming back.
You've started drinking coffee recently.
Yep.
How are you finding your coffee experience? Going from energy drinks to coffee.
So that is why I'm drinking coffee, is because energy drinks they're not it, man. They are not it. Energy drinks, they kill you. They really kill you. You like slump for like 3 days straight afterwards. They get you buzzing for when you take them and you're on that set, on that shoot. You get the shoot done, but then like 3 days, like a day, 2 days afterwards, you're finished. Yeah, I don't have the time for that. So I drink coffee. You destroy the toilet for a couple minutes in the morning, but that's it. That's it.
Who's your favorite content creator right now?
Favorite content creator right now?
Or is this a political question? Because if you don't mention certain people when they see this podcast, they might get mad.
Right now, it's Vaughan Posted, Yonik Velasco, and Maynard Sabellian. And Aries girl, she's top one. Top one. Aries girl. That's a very political question. I think.
All right, you know what? That's a tough one. Let me rephrase. Before you met us, who did you look up to the most? Creatively.
Yeah. So
before you met us.
Legacy wise. Like legacy favorites. Legacy favorites, Will Paulo is going to be up there. I think he was a very big inspo just from the start. It sounds like I've been glazing him my whole career, but like I kind of have, to be honest.
Yeah, he's done so much for himself, man. Shout out Paulo, man.
Paulo has been the GOAT. Back to your question, actually. I'll come back to that, who's my favorite. Back to your question. When you asked me, like, what was that one time that the inspiration hit? So one night I met Paulo and Ray and I think Hannah Bon and Ashley. We all went out for dinner. We were just talking about like content, creativity. It was a very just inspiring meeting. Just a bunch of lit people. And I'm there. This is before I was working with Canin too. So I felt like I was just like, what am I doing here? So I met those guys, mad talking, and then I was just mad inspired. So I went home and at like 3 a.m. I decided to go outside at night and to film just something. So I filmed myself sitting down in front of this lamppost. And then the next day I edited it, put it all together, because I was mad excited. This is 3 a.m. by the way. 3 a.m. the next day, I edited it, put it all together. And that's my first video that blew up on TikTok.
Jeez.
Yeah.
The lamppost guy.
The lamppost guy.
Vaughan Posted.
Vaughan Posted.
Well, obviously, I know you used to have a YouTube channel. But in terms of like doing it, dare I say, I don't want to say professionally. What's the term I'm trying to think of?
Seriously.
Yeah, let's use seriously. When you were like, you know what, I'm a serious camera guy.
I think when I bought my first Sony camera.
The A7 IV.
The A7 IV. I bought the A7 IV, right? 2023 December. And I literally posted my first video New Year's 2024. And it was very Paulo inspired. But that's when I was like, yeah, I'm going to take this seriously. I posted more cinematic stuff. And that's how I got recognized by Mark. That's how I linked up with Mark. And then that's how I met Nick and everyone else. And that's how I'm here today. So I would say 2024 / the end of 2023.
You were 18, right?
Yes, I was 18.
And you dropped about 2,000-ish pounds on
I
a
dropped
camera.
so much money.
What gave you the confidence to do that?
I was confident.
You just had faith in it.
I just had faith in it. I don't think I was confident. I think I was just like, can I swear on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. I was just like, fuck it. I'm gonna go all in. And
Your mum might have something to say about it, but
so squiggly diggly. I went all in. More student finance, just all on camera gear. I was proper serious. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna lock in. Investments anyways. I invested loads into kit and was like, I'm gonna keep working. If it's freelance or whatever content, I'm gonna just keep posting, keep putting myself out there. And that's kind of how I came to be.
would you suggest other people like around that were around your age, so I guess other 18-year-olds, if they were in that kind of like point of like, I really want to go hard in this thing. I do have a bit of money to put into it. Disclaimer, this ain't financial advice, but
This is not financial advice.
say one of your mates was like, one of your younger friends that's like, 18, 17, we're about to turn 18, and like, you know what? I really want to go hard in this creative field. It's going to take X amount of money, $1 grand, $2 grand.
Do it, man.
Yeah?
Do it. If you've been doing it all your life, you've been wanting to do this, and you're serious about going through with it all the way to the end, just do it. But I've always, the vision was there, and I've always wanted it. And that's when I was like, I'm not confident, but I'm gonna just do it because I want this. And I was like, maybe buy a camera.
You've made the investment, and you've made your investment work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like you don't work.
Mm-hmm.
You just didn't take a very conventional path that most people take.
No, I didn't. I even tried back when I was younger. I tried to apply for an editing internship at some next level corporate job. I don't think they didn't take me, which was sad. But I just kept going. I joined the media class for college, and that's when I got my hands on like an actual like DSLR. I was like, damn, this is lit. Just making my own things.
It's funny you say that. I actually tried to apply when I was 17, 18 for like other media internships, apprenticeships as well. Mm-hmm. They didn't accept me. Well, here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, literally.
In our own little office now.
Yeah.
It was actually a friend that asked me to ask you this question.
Shout out, fam.
So you're a young man.
Mm-hmm.
You've done, I would say from my perspective, you've done very well for yourself, at your age, and considering how much time you've actually spent doing this seriously, quote unquote, professionally, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see yourself by the age of 30? With that kind of vision in mind, what do you think you need to be able to get to that position?
At least 1 mil subs on YouTube. At least by 30, I think. What I need right now is just consistency. I think I'm at the stage where I'm really discovering my personal brand. Like what is a Vaughan Posted video? Who is Vaughan Posted? I see loads of people just going, Vaughan Posted, just randomly. And I just want to keep going. But also consistently developing my strengths. Upgrade my videos, my quality, my content. Upgrade my knowledge on all this stuff as well. Like I can start learning about bigger cameras or like editing softwares. I'm not that strong at, but I'll start learning that. I'm already starting to dabble in directing right now. I think if I just keep going, I'll be sick. And that's the type of confidence that keeps me going. It's like, yeah, I know I'm gonna do it, so I'm gonna just do it.
Young Vaughan Posted.
Cheers, Yannick.
Well, that being said, actually, any final words before we wrap it up?
Just posted!